Over at Marvel is picking up more and more steam. Looks like we now have some synopsis on a couple of our books, along with imagery, logos. Let's start off with the Amazing X-Men. We got a cool little shot here on the cover of our X-Boys. That's Glob. We've got Cyclops looking all Mad Max-ish, and of course White Beast. Synopsis for this one is 10 years later, on the run after a deadly clash with Revelation's chief assassin, Wolverine, the Shattered X-Men desperately gamble everything on one last mission. With the help from an unexpected ally, they venture into haunted ruins of Greymalkin. What they find there may change everything, if they survive. Oh, actually, we do have our team. So that was going to be written by Jed MacKay with art and cover by Mahmoud Assar. Fucking love Mahmoud Assar. His artwork is fire. I was trying to combine my words there. But clearly I backfired. We didn't have Binary. Look at that fire, literally fire cover of our, looks like a blend between Captain Marvel and Phoenix. So it's written by Stephanie Phillips, art by Giada Belviso, and that cover is by Ricky Yagawa. That cover looks great, by the way. So this is Binary, and the universe burns with her. 10 years later, in the ashes of a old world, to survive, she is reborn, a cosmic force channeling the Phoenix itself. With the universe crumbling, Binary returns to save what's left, but the power this great always comes with a price, and the end of everything might begin with her. So this might be Carol now embedded with both the Binary powers and Phoenix, which honestly, fucking unstoppable, I would think, but also consuming, right? Intrigued. This is the one I'm really curious about. Laura Kinney, Sabretooth #1. That fit is fitting. Like, she looks pretty fucking fire. Also, I'm really liking the little logos and sidebars for the Age of Revelation. But 10 years later, she's taken the name of her once bitter enemy Sabretooth and fights beside Revelation himself. Huh. She switched teams. Well, I mean, her dad's on that side, so why not, right? Why did Laura Kinney abandon her legacy? Because of her dad. What secrets does she keep from the mutant world? When loyalty changes, blood means everything. Long Shots #1. With a kick-ass cover featuring Mojo and a bunch of telescreens. But it looks like this is kind of like an exile story, just from visualing. Written by Jerry Dugan and Jonathan Hickman. Oh, shit. Art by Alan Robinson, and that cover's by Dustin Weaver. I knew it. I could smell Dustin Weaver all over that. Buy this comic or all of your favorite heroes will die. That's the punchline. 10 years later, and Mojo's got a new game for Wonder Man. Hellcat, Bishop, Rhino, and Kraven to play. There are no rules. One survivor wins, the others die. Huh. That's a very familiar play, right? Hunger Games. Yeah. Mojo promises you can vote for the winner with your dollars, but you probably can't. Mojo cannot promise that any of this is true or that you can even vote, as all decisions will be made by Mojo and Mojo alone in his Mojo Dojo. It's Fame or Fatality. Ugh. And our last book that we've got revealed, World of Revelation. See what I did there? Looks like we got Apocalypse, Revelation, Danny, Cyclops, and Logan himself. This one's going to be written by Ryan North, Alan Ewing, and Stephen Fox. Art is by Adam Solowski, Jesus Merino, and more. So it's going to be kind of an anthology, I think. The world outside your window is gone. 10 years later, what happened to the Fantastic Four? And what horrors plague the East Coast? How does the rest of the world survive the rise of Revelation? And far above on Araco, what does Apocalypse think of his new heir's empire? Discover the far-reaching impact of Age of Revelation across the Marvel Universe. So that's kind of going to give us a look into everything that typically happens with these books. Like Age of Apocalypse had bookends along with a couple of source books to fill in the gaps of the stories that weren't being told in the main books. So these are going to start on, let's see, what do we have? So there's going to be some Comic-Con stuff July 24th, but again, we don't get these books until later in the year. I know it's probably going to be cheeseball, and I know it's going to be gimmicky as hell, but these are like, I don't know, like Age of X was a lot of fun, even though it was a really short miniseries. Age of Apocalypse, of course. Age of X-Men wasn't bad either. Could have been a lot better, but it felt like the run was short. Anyway, all these Age of et cetera storylines are always a lot of fun. We also have Age of Revelation Overture, which will be Jed MacKay and Ryan Stegman. And those are all going to drop in October. Let me know what you think down below. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Until the next alert, my nerds. Appreciate you. I said pause.